right, here we are with kind of an interesting story, I thought. I don't know. Terminally ill fan pleads with Warner Brothers and the Batman's cast to let him see it before he dies. Oh man, of all the movies, I don't know. A terminally ill Batman and DC fan has no time to waste. And for what he calls his dying wish, he wants the chance to see Robert Pattinson's upcoming adventure as the Caped Crusader as soon as possible. If he gets to see it, I hope he enjoys it. Justin Ward at a bleeding corpse on Twitter. Ugh. Morbid. A DC fan who suffers from brain... What now? Brain metastases? I don't know. Recently tagged Warner Brothers, Matt Reeves, and DC Comics on social media to plead for the opportunity to see a screener for the long-delayed and troubled film. I am once again asking at Warner Brothers and at DC Comics, at WB Pictures, at Matt Reeves, LA, and the DC fandom to help me see #TheBatman as a dying wish. He tweeted, "The pandemic delay was too long and brain cancer..." Oh, that's... what is that? Is that maybe metastasis or whatever? Those cancery words. Brain cancer is quickish. He added the... I don't know a whole lot about brain cancer other than I think I had... there was one woman I knew who had it, and I think it was brain cancer. And she took shark cartilage, and I don't know whether that was what did it or what not, but she's still around, so she got over it. So, it's not hopeless. It's not necessarily hopeless. He added the entreating caveat, "So please, it was my #1 movie I held on for." Man. A follow-up tweet, Ward tagged Andy Serkis, who plays Andy Serkis is playing Alfred? That's so weird. This go around and wrote, "Hey Alfred, can you get a message to someone?" Okay. Ward then moved on to implore Kevin Smith to help him out, bro to bro. "You know people, big people, bat people," he tweeted. "I've been a fan since Clerks. My friends consider me Randall of the group." Okay, I've never seen Clerks, so... his tweet concluded with, "Fan to big fan, I really need help with this big wish." Following his, Ward's initial plea, fans have also chipped in to help, collectively composing their own storm of tweets in the hopes of getting Pattinson, DC artist and publisher Jim Lee, likely out to lunch, and the Batman composer Michael... whatever that name is, to take note of the dying fan's wish. Ward also has a GoFundMe to pay for his medical expenses that so far has raised only $19.96, on the way to a goal of $20K. I don't know what kind of treatment it would be. I remember one woman I knew had cancer. I don't remember what kind, and she had, I guess, really good insurance or whatever, but I remember her mentioning that her insurance supposedly was paying like $99,999 per injection for her like 6 injections or whatever of chemotherapy drugs, which I've got to believe that it doesn't cost anywhere near that to make that shit. So, I mean, all it is basically is just poison. That's all chemotherapy is an attempt to poison. It's poisoning you and the cancer and hoping that the cancer dies before the rest of you does. So, it's like, yeah. You know, if the doctor ever tells me that I've got cancer and recommends chemotherapy, I'm going to say, no thanks. It's like, I've seen what that does to people. I mean, some of them have come through it, but, you know, but I don't think any of them are quite the same afterwards. And yeah, I'm not doing that. I'd rather just die. Although I would take other measures, which I have a suspicion would prove effective. Cancer's not nearly the death sentence that some people seem to think that it is. At least not necessarily. I mean, it can be, but you know, it can also not be. I've seen plenty of people, you know, that have been diagnosed and then, oh look, you know, they're fine. Years later, they're still around, and not, you know, and they didn't take chemotherapy or radiation treatments or whatever. They didn't, you know, they went with alternative therapies, and either that worked or else they were just too tough to kill. But that's a lot of tough people, I guess. Anyway, The Batman wrapped in March, and though there reportedly exists a rough cut, maybe? Fought cut of the film? I've never heard of such a thing. Without effects, both Ward and The Batman might not make the production's still tentative March release date. Good God, it's not releasing until March of next year? I thought it was supposed to come out sometime this year. Oh well. According to a recent rumor, there is tension between Warner Brothers executives and the Batman's frustrated director Matt Reeves. The former doesn't think the film will be any good. Honestly, based on what I've seen of it so far, I'd have to think that's likely. And hoping to fix the film could further delay the debut of Pattinson's Dark Knight until 2023. I don't know. I mean, some of the things, I mean, to me, I mean, just look at him there. It's like, he just, I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't know. I mean, for the sake of this guy who really wants to see it, I hope it actually turns out to be good. But I'm not betting on that, man. I'm expecting it to be, you know, horrible. You know, it's one of those things. Is like, you really just need to go back to the drawing board. If this rumor holds true, the wishes of many eager fans, healthy or ill, won't be fulfilled when they'd like. Should Warner give the kid, is he a kid? Don't know. I didn't notice if they said how old he was. What he wants, and show him pre-release cut of The Batman. Tell us your opinion along with your level of excitement of the film on social media or in the comments below. Well, my opinion, I need to go back and watch Batman the Animated Series. I've only watched, like, you know, a handful of episodes out of the whole thing. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, well, like I said, I mean, if it were me, I'd be like, yeah, you know, let him see whatever you got, you know, if that's what he really wants. But man, if I were the terminally ill guy, I wouldn't be so desperate to see a film that really looks like it's probably not going to be that great. I mean, I'm assuming that he thinks that it's going to be great or something, and that's why he wants to see it. But, and also, a word of caution to anybody who wants to see things ahead of time. It's like, I did actually manage one time to get a look at something before it was ready. You know, I managed to get a hold of an early, you know, rough copy or whatever without completed special effects of an episode of a sci-fi show, and it was not worth watching. Honestly, you know, you don't realize when you only see the finished product, you don't realize how much the special effects really fucking help. So you watch it without the special effects, or with, you know, with half finished special effects, you know, just set in there, and it's like, we'll finish it later type stuff, and it's like, it looks like shit. It looks like shit, and the whole thing is just like, oh, I watched it with a friend, and we were both kind of like, yeah, this sucks. This is pathetic, you know. it seems exciting to start with, like, oh man, we're getting to see something before anybody else sees it, and then no, it just, yeah. So I don't know. Like I said, hopefully for this guy's sake, whatever the hell they've got, hopefully he can get to see it, and hopefully he'll enjoy it. But as for me personally, it's like I'm not really looking forward to it. I don't expect it to be good personally. So I don't know. Well, only time will tell. All right, until the next one.